was not on. Uh, anyway, welcome back to the New Year video. And I've done a video, I think two this year. And the reason why I have come back to Facebook because I've been away and I want to alert people that I am back. And we know this time there are many people that are being involved in weight losing. Uh, this is a season of fasting in most of the religions. And the first video we did, I tried to educate you the difference between uh, protein rich things and energy rich things, because we know the slender are supposed to eat the energy things more, although protein is the is one of the important uh, food uh, that our body need, especially for the first 25 years. Because after 25 years, you cannot go like your height have reached max. If you have not organized, you can do something. By the way, you can do something to help on uh, I know weight and some height and some of these things are genetical, but today we have a knowledge that you can still do something if you want to increase your height. So, and today I have some foodstuffs. We know that protein is the most important foodstuff that our body need. Protein and vitamin. Carbohydrate, we just take it because we need energy. And that's why we prefer that, depending on what you do. If like your age have gone and you are not, you are no longer a working class, or you are no longer, you sit a lot, you are not supposed to consume food with a lot of carbohydrate, because it is just accumulate. Most of the people, both men and women, we store those. We know how the process in our body go. The fat are stored in our body as the from glucose to glycogen, uh, and that's why uh, you if you have problem with the energy, you get some glucose uh, with the the medical people will give you glucose through the blood. And most of the people, they like to look good. Even most of the women, they spend much time buying cosmetics to make them look very good. But if you want to look good, even your skin look tender and young, it have to come from your inside. So like myself, I just want to make this video very short, and I want to explain. When I buy this, one of the porridge that I take, this porridge is very rich in protein, because there is a white one, but I always choose um, things that have high protein and high fiber. And this depends on my age. I am 35 plus. We know that the older you become, the more difficult it becomes for your digestive system and your body to absorb some of the to absorb food through your intestine. So you have to consider, the more you go up in age, the more you are supposed to eat healthy. This is one of the, we call it muslin. I forgot to Google what is called, but I think instead of conflict, I have some conflicts, but I try to buy some stuffs. I try to buy different stuffs. Then this is the oat. I mix one which rich in protein. Uh, Here in West nations, they always tell you, like, if you are, they always light. We have different flours. We know that even there is different rice which are rich, which are brown fiber, and we have even these spaghettis. You see, this is just a normal white rice, but uh, I have, like, I did not carry all that I have in my food store. I just wanted to show you. You see these ones. These are kind of, what do you call it? Spaghettis are the long ones. But you can see these ones are brown, and the ones that are on the bottom, they are white. So these ones, I always mix uh, the one which are fiber rich and the normal ones, because these ones, I know that they are not very good for the stomach, and they contain a lot of carbohydrates. So, and I try to avoid a lot of carbohydrates. When I buy milk, I always look. I've been brought up in the village, so I know there are some people that are very allergic towards milk. Yes, and you have a solution, because today we have soya milk, and we know that soya is very much rich in protein. So if you cannot drink the normal cow milk, you have no excuse. Go for the for the for the soya milk. It's there, and in fact, we have tested. Uh, it's very good, especially when you want to, when if you're a coffee taker. Sometimes it's good to try some of these things. We have tried it here at home. The bad thing is it's expensive. It's very expensive milk, so that's why we don't have it so often. Um, and here with me, I always uh, buy, when I go outside, when I like I step in any of the African nation, I try to buy uh, different kind of beans. So with me, I have, this is a one of the kidney bean, uh, and with me I have the black bean. These ones are very common in Kikuyu land, in central Kenya. They are very rich in protein and fiber, and they are very good when you want to reduce cholesterol. And with me here, white beans, they are very, especially the small ones. Now I have this one we call noe in my vernacular, but there is white bean. White beans, they are very, it's easy to access them here, but these ones are a little bit expensive. That's why I prefer to buy them always when I step in Africa. So white beans are very rich in protein too. And then we have the very wonderful, these ones, the peanut, the almonds, when we call it, they are very good, because they'll give you, there is two type of fat. The one, uh, they call it umetade and unmetade fat. We know there is good fat which cannot be harmful to your body, and we know there is this kind of fat which is harmful to your body. So the almonds, they have that kind of fat. That's why I take the peanut butter, and we are going to make a video now. I've bought a peanut butter maker machine, so we are going to exercise it with you. You see, it's something you need to, instead of buying peanut butter, we know how costly they are when you buy the ready-made peanut butter. We are going to take ourselves through that process, and if you want to your body, because there is this fat which your body need from almonds, from olive oil, from avocados. And these are some of the stuffs that I use. Uh, these these are the rinse seed, especially you people who have problem with hemorrhoids. You know, hemorrhoids are very stubborn. Like if you eat if you don't know how to eat good, and uh, your digestive system can be, you know, people who have hemorrhoids, they have problem when they want to release themselves with long calls. And these are some of the of the stuff that we use in medical when we are giving young people breakfast. These ones, you just the rinse seed, you just put them overnight um, in the water, or for some hours in the water. Then you, the same water, you use it when you are making breakfast porridge. It will help. It is rich in fiber. Very, in fact, the rinse seed, they have between 25 and 31 gram of protein, and very high in fiber. Like 100 gram of rinse seed, it have between 25 and 31 uh, percent of proteins, and it's very good for when it comes to digestive system. Uh, so this is one of the stuff which I use when I'm making oat porridge. And this is my oat porridge. Of course, I've considered that it has high protein, fiber, high protein and fiber. That is my keywords when I am selecting what to eat. Of course, I eat some other shit. Uh, uh, this is just the coconut. We know this is just coconut, which I always used to. I, I I normally use when I'm baking or when I'm making. Uh, I normally use it often when I'm baking. But we know that even the coconut are very good. I believe that the coconuts are one of the things that, especially the watery things, it's very rich. I don't want to say because I've not yet make myself familiar with what that coconut liquids contain. Then it's like this is another thing which I always buy when I go to and I step to Africa. This is one of the of the whole grain flour that you get, especially when you travel to Kenya. These are whole grain, which means that we know the other thing, the other one they sell. This is the traditional, the indigenous, the one that we grew up with, and that's why I don't buy the white one, because this one, it when you look at it, it's a it's yellowish. It's very yellowish. That means that that yellow part in the middle of the rice is not removed. The white one is very white because they have they have removed that white thing, which is very rich. You know, the white thing in the middle of the maize, and they're the ones that I think they I think even there is the one that they import to West nations, because that thing is uh, being used. Uh, uh, there is this, do you remember? But we are going to come to that when I will be making the protein stuffs that you can make to boost your protein. These are, you see, this one is the one we used to call the gazirikari. And it can tell you, hey, do you imagine that this thing, you remember how you know the yellow maize flour, the yellow maize flour. Can you imagine how much protein it have? 7.5, and it's very much rich in fiber and very little fat in it. So these are some of the stuff that you should be having at home, because I believe that this yellow seed, the factories of the maize growers in Africa, they sell it in West nations. And that is some of the stuff that you use when you are making that. You can buy maize, let me pronounce it in Swedish, then I translate. You can buy maisvelling. It means that it's a porridge, it's a flour that you can make porridge with, and it's very rich in protein because it is yellowish. And I'm telling you, it's one of the stuff that we use when we are making the protein rich stuffs to the patient. So you can see the kind of things that some nations are using, and they're selling they're holding the bad thing, the very dangerous thing, and they're selling the most nutritious things to other nations to benefit. I think there is something we should learn from that uh, we should try to contain what is good ourselves, because I don't think like a nation, because I don't think like, like Norway. They food fish is their main menu. I don't think that they can sell their fish. We know the how their fish is rich in omega-3. I cannot imagine that they sell it out, and they can't. I know how these Western nations they they're very good in, and that is some of the things that most of the Africa's nation, we are failing to do. That we eat. Look, we sell Latins to the Indians. They eat. We will go and buy simple things. Sukuma wiki, they are good, but how should you buy? How should you sell like some of these food stuffs? I'm saying this because I've worked in the market. I know that we used to sell these food stuffs, and we are selling. If you ask somebody that if you have ever tasted that thing, they haven't, but they sell it to the foreigners who know the importance of these things, instead of themselves holding these stuffs and try to educate people the importance of eating these stuffs. And I want to make one of the protein rich, simple dessert. Here we call it fika. And with the time I am warming my milk, and with the time I'm going to make one of the protein rich thing. These are cottage milk I bought. We know that cottage milk is very, very rich in a protein. So I want to make fika instead of like people who want, like, when someone is in your fasting, or when you want to lose weight. These are some of the stuffs that you should eat. And Samantha, I've shown you most of the stuffs here which have high rich of protein. The other stuffs, we know, the real meat, LAN, and the dried fish, they are very rich in protein too. I can imagine that's why most of the people in West Africa, because they eat a lot of fish, and so many people in North Kenya, I can imagine that's how they are. That's why they are so energetic and so good. They, uh, because some people, they know how to eat. Like during my growth in Central Kenya, we did not even have a fish pond. And I thank my mom that one of sometimes she could go to the uh, to the big cities, and she could come with some of these stuffs. These are this one of the, I forgot to show you that these are brown rice, very rich in fiber. So you should eat fiber rich things, protein rich things. Try to minimize things that are very rich in carbohydrates, because they are not good, especially if you want to maintain your health and you want to look good. Women, stop investing on nonsense, things that are unhealthy, pretending that you know too much. Stop investing on cosmetic. Invest on what you eat. This is, we know that the Greek yogurt, now this is a Turkish yogurt, and it have this yogurt from the Greek and the and from Turkey. They are very rich in protein. So I am making a dessert with the cottage milk and the Turkish yogurt, and I am using. I told you the importance of the yellow maize. These ones we buy so much of it in big hospitals here, because we deal with we have patients who always come in and they have problems with with their health. They have, especially when they become very old, they don't eat as they are supposed to eat, because children are not there, they're their own, so they don't cook. So I put, and what I've done, I've used this one, because the one that is smooth. Some of the things, unfortunately, when you are not a company, you cannot get access to them. And I'm not the boss, so I cannot buy those stuffs through my job, unfortunately. So what I do, I buy the yellow maize flour, and then this one I've already sealed it. I wanted to show you the sealer, but you just seal it. It has some flowers. Those ones you remove them by sealing it with a seal, and then I'm going to put two teaspoons of the yellow maize flour. Then I'm going to lower my dessert. This is very good to serve like before meal. Then I think then you can have like these dessert cups. You just put some few few of that one. Then you can go ahead and you can have any berry at home. Here I have some berries, which we call it the Halon's berries. So I'm going to chop up my, just for the just to make to add some vitamin in it. We know that vitamin is good. Just put some any fruits, but the berries are very good. You can use the you know, most of the nation now, they have access to the strawberries, and then you just serve your dessert. I'm telling you this one, when you go and ask that, you go, you order at her hotel, you can imagine how much it can cost. Let us taste. I'm telling you, it's very delicious. Very simple, very delicious, and very high rich in protein. So, and we know that when you eat very little protein, will make you feel full in your stomach. But carbohydrate, it give you more appetite. That's why we are focusing on protein if you want to lose weight. And we know that I always make such dessert because, like, now my sons are teenagers, and they need, this is the time they want to build their muscles. But we are coming on that topic because I saw something terrible, a mistake that parents are doing, and I need to address that matter because I realize that we are lacking wisdom. We are lacking wisdom, and we are here to learn. We are here to learn. So we're gonna learn and learn and learn. Then there is, we know we have, this is a cocoa flour. I'm going to make a cocoa, a chocolate pudding, very rich in protein. And we know some people, they fake it, they make it with the chocolate that you buy at shop. The chocolate which involve a lot of protein is the chocolate which does not have milk. Sorry, which does not have sugar in it. So some people, they tend to fake it by buying the chocolate, they're eating chocolate. That one, my friend, you are missing it. That thing contains a lot of sugar. What you can do, if maybe you want to add some sweetness, do you know vanilla sugar? You can add some vanilla sugar to your chocolate. The first thing I would do, I use, I forgot to tell you about the eggs. Eggs are very rich in protein, and we all know that. Maybe that's why, some things I assume that we know. And I'm going to separate the white one with the yellow one. I want to remain with the yellow one. So I am going to seal the white one. I use it for another purpose. I remain with the yellow one. Just the yellow one. I love eggs. You can see the white ones are very much than the yellow one. I need the yellow one because I'm making protein. Let's continue enjoying our dessert, as we make food here. I'm telling you, it's very rich. You just put any fruit is just to add more vitamin and more, to make it look more classic. Most people who deal with the desserts and baking, they know how we decorate. Sometimes we decorate with the spices, leaves. Sometimes even we decorate with with the flowers, with the flour what? With some eatable flowers. Let's do this. When I can use my assistance here, I don't want to. It's not a must I hold it. That one needs to be for the later use. Then I'm going to add milk in it. This is like 1.5 deciliter milk. 2 eggs. We can put 2 teaspoons of vanilla sugar. Let's start with 2, 1. Let's see. Because we don't want to have that sweetness in our chocolate pudding. So we try to minimize sugar. You know that these people who are eating these protein-rich things, they are mostly people who have problem with their weight. So they need help. There are people who want to reduce in weight. There are people who really want to go down in weight. There are people who really struggling. You know, some people, we know, like, now what we are going to do, and I hope that my chocolate will be enough, because it have to be thick. It can be thin, but I always love it when it's thick. So let's hope for the best. That is 1 deciliter, 2 deciliters. I prefer 3 because I want it to be a bit thick. But if you happen to make it very thin, what you can do, you just put it in the freeze. Then it will thicken. So Telling you it's more than thick. It's more than thick. It's more than thick. But some of these stuffs should not worry you. If you think that your pudding has thickened than the way you want it, I'm looking for something here. And these ones is not going to get in there. Let me get I'll eat it the way it is, but I think I've put a lot of put a lot of pressure on this one, so it have weakened it. I've not thought it all. So what I can do, I'm going to warm some little more milk, and then I try to, because I don't want to teach you something which is not, it's supposed to be between thick and thin. So I got so much afraid about it's been thickened. So if you realize that your chocolates, maybe you are mess up like me, it have become too thick, you just need to add some more milk, because it should be between the thin and the thick. It should not be so thick, it should not be so thin. And mine, what I'll do now, that's why I like doing some things manual sometimes. But I know sometimes I have a habit of talking too much and I forget what I was doing. Okay, you don't want to come out of that place now. You couldn't, because you have to follow your friend. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to add some more milk to it. Just very careful. You just these are some of the things the bakers. That's why it's not good for a baker. That's why it's always, most of the kitchen are prohibited. Now you can understand it. But me, I always like teaching people the truth. Now it is very good. What I love, to be honest, I told you this, the natural chocolate is not all that. I know it's not all that, you know, it does not contain a lot of sugar. And most of the time, it's not, most of the people, they are discomfort when they are, now this thing, it's one, how did it even appear here? Then I have to remove this one first, because This one is giving me, yeah. Then I can be able to, yeah. Me, I love talking the truth. You know this chocolate pudding? Remember this was cacao without no sugar. And it can be a little bit hard for some people to take it the way it is. That's why I told you, you either get some berries, something to add taste to it, or the alternative is, I know even the one that we do buy at the shops, it contains a lot of sugar. I lost my video. I don't know what happened. Maybe the space was for my camera was full. Yeah, the space for the camera was full, unfortunately, but we have come a long way. So so what we can do, that we are very good that we had the Facebook, so we are going to download it directly from there. What we are going to do, because it's good, you know, when it comes to food, for food to be good and to be enjoyable, it's combination of the way the way it has been served to attract the eyes, the combination of the how it tastes, the representation of the food is very important. How you make your table, how you present the meal to the person who is going to eat, and the taste. Because even before we taste it, we first eat food with our eyes. When you look at something and you feel like, this one, it cannot be good, already you have lost your appetite. And that's not what we want. The reason why I have added sugar, the vanilla sugar, is to make it a little bit more tasty. You know, the chocolate by itself, it does not have taste. And the alternative is, you can avoid the natural sugar at least. Now I've just put two food spoons of this vanilla sugar, and I can tell you the difference. That now it's tasting something. Otherwise, we know that the cocoa by itself, it is tasteless. And that's why even when we make this dessert or the energy, we have medical drinks that we make for patients that are under, what do you call it? What do you call the people who have lost weight and they are undernutritious, for the lack of better word? Oh, despite for you to make them, you know that some of these people may not have eaten for a long time and they have no appetite. For you to be able to convince them that they need to eat, you have to make something which is that one now, it has stopped there. You have to make something which is very, very, very uh, uh, appetite, that it will give them more appetite to eat. And like most people in the white nation, they like chocolate too much, and sometimes I get annoyed for a reason, because this cocoa is grown in Africa, but the kind of prices that I buy chocolate, especially in African nation, is as double as the price I buy chocolate. Maybe we say that you were representing the chocolate to a patient. With the brown color, it may not be all that good. That it may not look so beautiful in the eyes. So for you to make it a little bit look a little bit more beautiful, what you can do, you can take some, we know the cocoa, it go very well with the chocolate. You just put some cocoa flakes there. Even you can still use the berries, or you just take this just a monkey banana. You just take a banana. You are trying to make this dessert look representable to the person that you are giving, because you really want this person to be attracted to it. So you can decorate it as much as you want. We lost the bananas, because we know that the bananas are sweet. So the natural sweetness, so there you have the vitamin and you have the protein. So how you represent your meal, even to the patient, those people who work with those people who are dietists, it is very important, because you can tell someone to eat the food, but its look, it can tell whether that person will eat the meal or not. You can see that we have the chocolate at the bottom, we have the bananas at the top, then we have decorated it with some coconut. It's very good. And the banana is giving it some more taste. So I hope that we have learned something. And when someone eats, like when you eat just like 100, 150 protein rich diet, even a dessert like this one, it is more nutritious and it will keep you, it will give you not need to eat so often as the way you eat starch. Starch, they will, that's why you see most of the people who eat starch, they become overweight, obesity, because starch is there to, to help. Starch is there to just to make you become more, you feel eating more and more and more. But protein is there to make you feel that now I'm full. That is the difference, and that's what we are looking for. So I hope that this video have been helpful to you guys, and let's build our outlook from outside, from inside, not from outside. There is no need of someone eating very bad diet, and then your house is full of cosmetics. That is not how we should do it. We should do it from inside. I told you myself, I use the very natural oil, and some people, they wonder what I use. I just make my skin look better and my body look better from inside. This video, we are going to download it, and I told you that we are not going to be making more video from Facebook, but let me not say like that, because my phones, sometimes they don't have enough space. So we see what we are going to make to do. So this video is going to be downloaded in at YouTube with the name Atia. My YouTube name is Waboy86, Atia Helga Nelson 9280. Atia Helga Nelson 9280. That is where this video is going to be downloaded, at my YouTube. And I thanks all those that have been there looking at my video on how to make colorless smoothies, and all the videos that I've been making. Uh, it's give me energy. So bye bye for now. See you in the next video.